I just wanna know ya. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Damn shawty, what your name is? No, I ain't tryna win game on no lame shit. Like, think about it, you should think about it. I hold way up in the city, I better brick about it. So we gon' start the party off like this. Since we chillin' at the bar, we just might sip. We get high in the stars, please catch my drift. Ain't no telling how far we just might get. Cause listen, baby, I got racks now. Fuck that credit, girl, we buying it all in cash now. Never met a nigga like me, keep it a stack now. I speak proper, but I know how to bust a trap down. Hey. So baby, just let me know what's up. Maybe take it slow, it ain't no rush. You ain't gotta let them know, keep it on hush. It's between me and you if they hate, so what, yeah. Girl, just tell me what you want and I'm arranging it, yeah. And that's even if I gotta let it bang for a check. So you know this kind of love could get dangerous shit. If you was mine, you'd be flying in a plane or a jet. Know you see how I dress, I get clean when I flex. How you want it, baby, can I put my chain around your neck? Girl, this really how I'm rocking, I don't aim to impress. I bet I can show your body quite a few things when we sex. Girl, make it go up and down.
Welcome back. Jeff Shears show. It's been a little bit. But of course, the one and only Jeff Shears. Don't mind the view, testing some new shit out. As you can see, here with Frank, who's back again. Welcome back, Frank.
Hi. Shout out to Tatiana, Lorena, my cousin, and last but not least, my darling little niece, Pamelita.
Oh, that's cute. You go straight into shout outs. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well, at least I'm in a good mood today. Jeez.
I
Shit.
see.
God dang.
I see. Leaving drugs alone. Good job. True, thank you for being here, sir.
Always. It's like he had it written down too. Like,
Yeah, he sure did. He read that shit right out of the thing.
I can't miss not one person.
Look, y'all been to the family reunions, right?
Shit.
You don't say hello to one person in that reunion, you're considered fucking rude.
Fuck that. That's what the hand is. Like, hey, everybody in the back. Fuck that.
No, it's because you don't know how my family rolls, man.
Shit.
He's like, what, you think you're too good now?
I guess so. You wasn't in the front. Like,
Yeah.
shit. You ain't want to see me. But hello to everybody. Frank's family and Frank's friends. It's been a little bit. Blood pressure problems, kids. Don't get old. Put me on my ass. But
Get off the fried chicken.
yeah, I gotta get off a lot of shit. I'm so mad. The red meat hurts the most. I can't do it. But we back here for some nonsense, so we can end out this month for you. Let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. Let's bring this cop up here so we haven't noticed.
I can't.
You just laughing your ass off.
I can't, yo. I can't.
So flashback to those who happened, though.
I can't, dude. I can't.
This is Officer Cleon Brown. Yes, Cleon Brown. The name may not match up to the skin there, but
What is he,
Cleon
from
Brown.
Star Trek or something?
Nah.
And in black, it was an alien.
Good old Michigan. Hastings, Michigan, to be exact. We spoke about the gentleman before. He was being hazed by his fellow police officers for being, I believe, 18% black after doing an ancestry DNA test. They put, like, colored Santas on his thing. They called him, like, All Black Lives Matter, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I bring him back up because he just settled, and he got $65,000 from the city for being hazed by his fellow police officer.
I mean, did his mother mess with the pizza delivery boy one night? I mean, what?
Well, no, 18%, dude. It's already in there. That's just mixed. You know what I mean? It's just
Well, I mean, that's not even 20. Okay, 25%. Then I could say something. I mean, you know, how many? You know, we don't even have. I'm sorry. Between you and Truth, who's the darkest person in this room? Because I'm clearly the lightest.
So what are you saying? What are you saying? Where you go? Where the fuck you going with this? I don't know. Like,
No,
what the
but
fuck?
I'm saying, like, you know what? He's not even close to my skin color yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I could say, you know, at some point maybe I could be black. You know?
True, which is true.
I mean, he's not even remotely. I mean, it's like Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay. You're not even brown. You're not even a caramel frappuccino brown.
But
He said he had the drink down properly.
yeah, exactly.
He just ordered it like 10 hours
I can't do
Double shot, please.
hey.
This is my boy right here. I love my man right here.
I mean, you know what?
This is Cleophas right here.
Yes, pretty much.
You know what? You know what my homegirl said a while ago.
Junior.
Shout out to my homegirl Tanisha. You know, with the chick that was saying that she was black.
Uh-huh.
She said, "You know what? So many black people say they want to be white. If somebody white wants to be black, let them be black."
I feel you.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I don't see. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But goddamn,
nothing wrong with it.
I mean, the only reason you're hazing him is because he came out on national TV and said it.
Well, no, he came out in the office and said it. They found out in the office, and the people and his fellow officers busted his ass.
I mean, that's the only reason.
Verbally, not physically. Verbally.
Well, you know, it was going to be physically too. It's disclosed.
Nah, they just hazed him.
Okay.
They hazed him.
I mean, you love situations like this, and the reason why I say this is for those individuals out there with the Me Too matter and all those things, which is a great situation. Here you have someone who looks at, I guess you say, the black culture.
Okay.
Who looks at every single white person as being a bad person.
True.
And then you have the double, well, not double negative, but then you have the double whammy. Not only is he white, he's a police officer.
Exactly.
So you have a white man who's a police officer, proud. I mean, seriously proud to have some kind of even 18% of black.
Exactly.
So I love that because again, you look and you say, oh, cop, he's white, racist, he gonna shoot a black man.
Exactly.
I mean, but
especially in Michigan.
Here's the thing. Well, and I've never done this ancestry to myself.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be disappointed on what I come out with.
This motherfucker. You're not even from Bolivia, bitch.
But my thing is, I mean, how do they determine these percentages out? I gotta ask.
What do you mean? They do your blood and then they trace it back to
your
the
lineage.
features, to where they would be located on the
It's
map.
like, all right, your great grandmother actually fucked an white English man, so you're partly English. Like,
in a weird sense, something like that. Yes, they'll be like, you're 18% of this, 10% of that.
I think it would be wonderful to do. I think you have so many people that would be scared.
There are a lot of people that are scared to do it. There are tons of people.
The KKK and all these extremist white groups. You imagine
they won't do it.
Well, I mean, for those who slept with their cousins, that stuff, that's
no. But I'm saying,
pretty in house.
Can you imagine? when them results come back? How many of them would be eliminated from those extremist groups?
I'll tell you this, and it's funny you say that. My mother is lighter than you. My father's darker than my shirt.
Okay.
And there are a lot of black people who can pass for white. And when they come back with this same shit like this guy, Cleon Brown, you get what I'm saying? They will be hated on or displaced too, especially in the South.
Right.
You know that's a true statement. Be like, oh,
you remember my
can't
friend,
take Stevens no more.
You remember my friend like 2 years ago, 2 years worth of shows ago.
Right.
Ashley.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, she's, shout out to Ashley, by the way. She's actually, coffee complected, like,
right,
and she can pass for being Dominican or Puerto Rican, to be honest with you,
right,
or South American. They even talk to her in Spanish,
right.
I mean, see, that's the greatest thing I love about culture. I mean, you look at some certain people and you think one thing and it could be totally another.
Different.
Like it's this young lady that works at the job. This lady can literally pass for Egyptian, Indian, black. Like she has that look and that complexion where she could pass for just about anything she wants to pass for.
Right.
And I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
It just goes to show, like, I literally have blood white cousins. It blew my mind at the family reunion. I'm like, okay, who they married to?
Exactly.
It's like, no, they're your blood. Okay, yeah, so who they married?
Exactly.
No, fool. So it does, especially like, because the majority of my family's from Louisiana, and that's a mixing pot there.
Yeah.
Right.
But again, like, I love this guy here. And, I mean, I think 65 grand, still a good thing. It's probably his yearly salary, maybe a little more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Probably like a year's salary. They settled out.
But I'm always the guy who always tells people, if you really want to hit somebody, you hit them in the pocket.
Of course.
True.
Yeah.
And to this Michigan, 65 grand may be 1 point something, as far as the financials or whatever.
Right.
Now,
Possible.
I would like to know, is he still a police officer? Did he retire? Did he transfer? Do we know that?
Let's see. City,
Because that would be good to know. I really want to know. My man right here.
No, he cannot. So here's the deal. Under the settlement, he cannot continue to work for the city in any capacity. He can't be a garbage man. He can't do any type of city work for them.
Basically, he got blackballed.
It's just it's let's go white terms. You know, they came to.
This is where you want to. Yeah. This is where you want to convert them white.
Yeah,
right?
you know, they came to one of those disclosure things where you know, like these major corporations do when you know someone gets not fired but kind of let go or
Step
mutual,
down.
right?
Yeah.
Mutual on both
Papa
sides. he just pure racist and he over. But you know, you have those two situations in a mesh. So you have a guy who cared that much,
Right.
that he did have that African descent in him, that he was proud to say it. And shame on the police officers. And listen, I understand Lil Hazen. But when it starts to get disrespectful, or especially when a person lets you know that bothers me.
Right.
Or if it flat out like, I think it was more like, a couple jokes here and there, he was okay with it. But then when it became a 5 days a week, every fucking hour,
exactly.
Shut the they threw out the nigga bombs and everything, then it gets a little annoying.
Right. Right. And so to this, I give it up to him. Yeah. He's planning to sell his home and move elsewhere to find work, which I think he should.
So hold on, he can't practice law no more in Michigan. That don't mean he can't go
for the city. He can't work for the city in any capacity.
Well, I mean, in Michigan or
no, in Hastings. So for that city,
smart.
So he could go to like
shout out to Cleophas. He's smart as hell.
What's the main town in Michigan? Oh damn,
man, he about to go. He about to go to Compton.
Yeah, exactly.
Become a police officer out there in L.A. My man Cleophas is gonna be one time.
Go to Paris and patrol the 4th.
Anywhere right now.
You see niggas, dudes doing hand in hand. Like, oh shit, cop. Oh, that's Cleophas. You know what I mean? That's brother right there. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's my dude right there, yeah.
But again, that's a genius situation of it because I think he pretty much wins hand in hand.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
first, they probably say, all right, so we'll give you 1 year's salary.
Right.
That's probably what the settlement was. We're gonna give you 1 year's salary. So all right, you starting off with $65,000.
Right.
Now you're gonna sell your house. So police officers usually live good. Michigan's not that much. You're making that much money in that place. So let's say he sells his house for like say $100.
Right.
So he's pretty much starting off at a new place with $200,000 just to start with.
Exactly.
And he still has all that experience. In law enforcement, and
exactly.
I'm sorry, there are people out who always need cops.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's going back to the service. He's going back to the force. He's going somewhere. He's going to be a cop somewhere. I guarantee you.
Yo, watch out for Cleophas in Compton. Any hood, Cleophas ain't playing.
Yo, he knows the lingual too.
Exactly.
You know what I truly love about the situation is like not kind of reel off a little bit, but we compare this situation to the whole NAACP young lady.
Mm-hmm. Oh, damn! Why can't I forget her name?
And I call her Soul Glow. Gotta call the lady Soul Glow. And the crazy, like you had someone who, all right, she went through extreme measures to look darker. Right. And to be honest with you, she did do a lot more for the black culture than any of her predecessors that were actually black.
Rachel Dolezal. I had to fucking type that shit out. Rachel Dolezal, you're talking about. Yes.
So, like, that's the part that really, like, blew my mind. The fact that she really did do so much for the black culture. More than the people who were actually black.
It's those who want to put the best foot forward and try the hardest. Usually, and this is with any type of race. We're already here. You're already Bolivian. We're already black. We'll get ours. And not saying this is a personal thing, but we'll get ours and we'll move on. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to be like, let me help another person all the time.
Well, you got to keep in mind. Though. I mean, somebody like that like you said, did more for black than some of the community. Some of us in the community, and I use that term loosely because we're always trying to get paid at the end of the day, regardless.
Right.
And so in that, to her credit, I don't think she was looking at it to say, all right, maybe I could secure my income somewhere around here, in that case. But unfortunately, you have one person that doesn't want to get paid, just does it to represent her community, to do right for her community.
Right.
And as opposed to millions of others that would say that none of them would want to step up and say, yo, I'm going to do this because, it's right for my community. They want to see some kickback.
Right.
They want to secure those contracts.
They want their invested interest first before they put in for it.
I don't care if her salary was $1 trillion. I just want someone to actually do what they get paid to do.
Right.
Yeah.
The fact that, this young lady actually stepped up, whatever the situation is, and did a lot of good things where you had others like, okay, how is he driving a Maybach?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? How in the world is that?
The roof leaking. He got a brand new roof.
God was good to me.
Exactly.
Section 13 ain't got no lights, but he got that new stereo system in the Maybach.
But he has
blessed.
God is good all the time.
But that once a month when they come to check that shit out, he's hiding the vehicle
exactly
15 blocks away,
taking an Uber over like, what the fuck?
So it's a great business move for this gentleman here, and I'm glad he looked at it from that standpoint. I'll go be someplace else. I think if I was him, I wouldn't go to a big city, maybe something just small or whatever, because his name is going to carry a lot of it's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to pop up, and people are going to research.
It's going to be there. But I mean, the fact that you can even do private security, man, or you could do security.
He's got options. He's got options.
He's got a lot of options, man.
You
But
know?
shout out to my man. This $65,000. Now you're gonna know what it really is to be black, because you're gonna have cousins. June and them gonna call you. Remember I loaned you that $5?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Back in elementary. So we're going to do carry the one, multiply, fraction. That's about $16,000 right there. Interest and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Niggas get real good with math. And then you owe me 22. Like, what?
Got the pencil. You got the pencil in the air and stuff. Yeah, I carried it properly. But this is, again, like I said, it's a good thing. When you have two parties that could, again, come to an agreement. It didn't get crazy. It didn't get massively, yes, disrespectful, but the fact that I can walk away with enough to kind of like make a new home for myself someplace.
Right. Man, he should have called Al Sharpton. He would have gotten a couple million.
Oh, that would have been
probably
crazy.
got $1 if he
Yeah, exactly. Al would have took that shit. Like,
to the left.
Services.
Yeah, to the left.
Get legal advice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just a little too much.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Cleophas.
Yeah. I'm happy to see him to come through and prosper. So turn around on that. So look, I want to see where else you go, man. I mean, you could turn this into a big story. You could go everywhere else. Go back. I know you're going to go back to the service somewhere. I'm going to go back to being a police officer somewhere. So
yeah,
we'll see what you do, man.
I'm sorry, but I'm actually happy because this is the first time I see somebody stick it to the police department like that.
There you go.
I like how you put it. Yeah.
There you go.
Budge.
There you go.
Unzip the pants,
Hey, had to come around at least once.
Exactly.
Well, it was a white man suing the force because he black. I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get no better than that, baby.
You gotta put that shit on the shirt. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Good times. Good times.
I agree.
All right. So let's kick it to the next topic here. Should be a favorite of yours. Well, you'd be well versed in it. 3D guns. You didn't know too much about it before.
No.
Truth, I don't know if you know much about it.
Yeah, which is why when allegedly, I gotta say that.
Yeah, exactly.
When you purchase one of these 3D, there's a faction that does track it.
The printer?
The printer.
When you purchase the printer.
And where especially if it goes to particular areas. Don't think you could just buy one anywhere and no one know where it's being delivered.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Well, because again, they know with specific 3D printers, you can pretty much print anything your heart desires.
Right.
And when you start talking about stuff like that, then obviously people's mind automatically goes to firearms. And now if you can make a plastic firearm that can get through
security,
holy crap.
Shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
So you're on a radar for someone, NSA, who can really track things and stuff like that.
But I'm sorry. I mean, it just, if we take it to that extent, all right, it just falls back on U.S. government doing what they're supposed to do when they're patrolling these airports. Because I got more of a security check in Bolivia for speaking like a fucking gringo than I do when I come over here. The minute they hear me speak English, oh no, he good, and I'm looking at him.
They looking at him weird as shit, like, yeah, this nigga don't belong. As soon as he open, oh, what up, homie? He good. Let him through.
It's like the more Caucasian I sound, the better I am across the board. Coming back to the U.S.
There you go. Now here's the deal with this. Anybody can go buy a 3D printer. This works better if you have an industrial one, which they do track. Where they sent, because you can make in a amount of time. The big thing is these will have no ID. They don't have any scoring on the bullet, so if somebody does shoot, they can't trace it back. So unidentifiable bullets, so
that's scary.
But that's the thing, right? So they can't tell, like, oh, this gun was used back in '87 and killed Ray Ray. No, we don't know. On the screen, they made all individual pieces of, I believe it was a Glock or whatever the hell it was, a 9. It was there. Everything is plastic. The bullets go in the blue chamber, of course. Everything could be in there, and the firing pin is a file down nail that sits down there. So spring and everything else besides the spring and the nail is plastic.
So is this thing actually allowed? Is my question.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, so there was a thing in the news, and they actually just got it blocked. Now, there was a company there who, in August 10th, planned to sell all the files to make this. So you can go log on, put your name on a list, and they'll send you the file.
Okay.
I don't know how much it was going to be or cost or whatever, of course, but there's the file. You had a 3D printer and you had the right ink. Bam. You can print your own gun in a matter of hours. You have the whole gun, get you a little nail, get you a spring, go get some bullets. That's all you got to do. Walk in the store and buy some bullets and have at it. They just got blocked by the federal judge, so they couldn't sell it again. So,
well, is it this particular 3D printer or this?
The company. They didn't want them selling any files, any of the files. So anybody, you could have downloaded the files and then could have sent away to China and ordered you a printer. You know what I'm saying? When it came here a month and a half later, and you buy the ink and you start printing guns. You know what I mean? Because you already have the files in your system, and you just plug your laptop up to the printer, and you start printing away, making the pieces.
So, okay, hold on. What company? This is the thing that kind of kills me about certain, you advertise specific things to sell a specific item.
Right.
Right.
We don't want you to make guns, but guess what? You can fucking make one
guns
if you want to, but it's illegal. It's just like,
now it's trying to be. See, they were totally legal after up until August 10th.
So
what's the name? Up to the August 3rd or whatever, and then they just got a court injunction to stop.
It's like, and I'm sorry to relate it because this is totally going left field. It's like a couple years ago. Remember when they had Napster? It was illegal to burn music.
That was more than a couple years ago. Yeah.
It was illegal. It was illegal to burn music on your, burn music on your laptop. I mean, it gave you a virus anyway. But then now in today's society, you actually can burn music on your cell phone, and you know what I'm saying? It's perfectly legal.
Once the technology made it possible to come in your hands in any way, the corporations and the powers that be wanted to take it away and make it a problem or illegal.
No, I mean, the problem is that technology. When it comes to technology, it's advancing so far ahead that we can't catch up to it.
No, hands down. But this is the case in point right here. Mm-hmm. Gringo Bolivia. Somebody's in here. I just looked in this shit. A hacker program, Gringo Bolivia. Somebody's up here. So, but here's the deal: the technology does make it easier for us to do, and we can do it at home. Now, the NRA was very silent on this thing. Now that Trump tweeted out a message, now the NRA is against it. They don't want this because it takes money out of Smith & Wesson and any other gun company. Because you sitting at home, instead of paying $500 to buy a legal gun, you brought the printer, you brought the ink, and you just cooking up guns in a matter of 10 hours, you know, for a couple $100.
That's the scary part because I don't think people probably thinking like street value. You're going to get this little BS gun for maybe $125. No, there are guns out there that start at $20,000 damn dollars.
Exactly.
And that's a handgun.
Exactly. I'm saying, like, nigga, what is this shit made out of diamonds, nigga?
And for those people who are really into, you know, the art of shooting, and it is a sport, people. You may not. It is a sport. You know. Yeah. Yep. These guns get very, very expensive. So, of course, they're going to have issues or problems with it because, again, what we always talk about here, when you start hitting people's bottom line, that's when people start to stand up and pay attention because you're messing with that bottom line.
Especially now, Smith & Wesson, man.
Well, I mean, it's
that's what I'm saying. You know,
a $1 trillion entity there.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. They made that shit almost looks like, you know, regular Glock.
Well, Glocks are made out of plastic anyway.
Right. So here's two concerns that they were worried about. Mm-hmm. So there's a guy out there who's saying, don't be concerned about it too much because the type of plastic that you can only get at home may not handle the combustion of the bullet. When it busts, it may crack, break. You know what I mean? You may get one bullet off or just...
All I need is one, yeah.
Right. But that's it. You sit there like, I got 10 shots. Wow. It's like, oh.
Yeah, you know what? God gave me a second lease on life. I'm not going to press my luck by trusting somebody that's going to make a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So we don't know. So that's why he said it hasn't been tested. They don't think the resin and stuff that you get at home
you forgot the
sprinters.
Wink. When you say it hasn't been tested, you got to wink. Because you know that.
Yeah, exactly. Allegedly, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Fix that shit in a week. We got some new shit, nigga.
What they got to do nowadays, and I'm sorry to say this, y'all seen the movie Judge Dredd, right?
Yeah.
Remember when he...
with the DNA stuff.
Yeah, it goes into the bullet.
Was a pretty decent movie.
They have that technology already.
They actually do.
They had a wristwatch that was like looks like one of those little blood monitors or whatever.
Right.
And it was paired to only work with... The wristwatch was paired to the person, so it knew your pulse or something, and in it only activated the gun. Like it hit the gun safety, had an electronic safety switch. So that's the only way the gun when it wasn't near it, the safety would automatically be on, and you couldn't take it off.
Damn.
They had that shit. Guess what? Cost too motherfucking much. That's the thing. They was like, oh, no, we ain't doing that. But now they got body cams and all that.
It's just more lines of like It's just like the difference between Nordstrom's, Fifth Ave, Walmart.
Right.
You're targeting specific type of audience.
Exactly.
So those particular handguns are big time bodyguards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about guys who probably make probably like 7 figures just to watch someone.
True.
Talking about some elite forces guys or whatever situations like that.
True.
You know, when you see the movie, you're like, wow, is that true? Yes, the fuck it is. You know what I mean? They got somebody out there who can handle his business.
True.
So again, depending on what type of firearm you're looking for, there's your bracket. There's stuff that certain people can afford, certain people can't.
Right.
That's how I figured, because think about it. This is going to be the Walmart shopper every day. You know, I want to go shooting. I can't afford a $2,000 handgun. You know what I mean?
Let me go create one at home.
Right. Let me go get his shit. I'll go give $50 of truth to go fucking print one up, and then go pay for some bullets. You know what I'm saying? And go have a fucking field day.
Shout out. You remember what Chris Rock said? You got to make the bullets so damn expensive.
Oh yeah, you ain't got nothing to shoot.
You wouldn't be shooting nobody. It's too expensive.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, like the crime rate of pistol whipping would go so high. It'd be like pistol whipping left and right, and nobody firing. Shit, I ain't firing not a straight pistol whipping rate has went up 5,000%.
Exactly.
This is technology, people, and we're always trying to do more, get more. There are so many things that we haven't seen yet, or that we haven't even thought about yet. There's somebody who gets paid just to think about stuff just like this.
Right.
Of course. There's some engineer out there thinking of all this shit ahead of time. Hands down.
The fact that you sit there hasn't been tested, bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Somebody done fix the resin.
If you don't create a fucking program
Yeah, exactly. For some broken shit. Like, yeah, we can get one bullet in there.
You know what I mean? Just to say, we don't know if it worked properly yet. Well, what you're trying to say is, okay, it's not working to the standards you wanted it to work to.
Exactly.
So let's say if it holds 10, maybe after you'll probably get 10 off, but when you reload or you try to reuse it, there's an issue or problem.
Right.
All right, it cracks because of the plastic. It doesn't hold up or whatever the situation may be. So again, you're going to target specific people who drop guns, cops, when you want to drop guns. Or like for people who, want to just use the weapon once, who are you targeting? You're targeting that bad crowd, assassin type situations.
Yeah.
So, maybe not want that type of situation or backlash or whatever, but you've tested this.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's funny because, we crack about it, but in the military, when you take the AT-4 rocket launcher,
Yeah.
you can only use that motherfucker once and then it's defective.
Really?
Yes. Backblast area all clear, and it's like, the motherfucker's like that huge. You could only use that motherfucker once. After you use it once, it's defective. That's it. That's the end of it. It's a done deal.
Wow.
Well, that's why they're like, I think, what is it, 32,000 a pop for one of those things?
Yeah.
I might be a little off, but I think it's
No wonder you haven't used them shits in a lot of wars. I was like, God damn, don't cost like a fucking fortune.
Yeah, like I mean, you take the missile that it requires to load that motherfucker up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Not to mention also, you had some idiot soldiers, excuse me, white people, that, like, how that thing sprouts out fire from the rear? Yeah, you had the dumbass motherfucker, excuse me, white people,
Stand right behind it. Like,
I wonder what this do.
it catch a nice sun ray.
like, yo, man. So would you fire a plastic gun? Would you try it?
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see if this shit works. You know what I'm saying?
No, the only thing I fear about it is because even though weapons there's some metal in it, but it's mostly plastic.
Yes.
Okay. The only thing I fear about it is that if I'm about to shoot it, what if the bullet, the pressure blows up in my hand, and then I end up hurting my own hand in the process of shooting a fucking plastic gun because I'm too fucking cheap to buy a real one.
Well, I mean, I think you could tell like when they actually, because it has to have. You could 3D print anything, but yet you still have to load specific material in it.
And I get it, True, but with these amateur technicians that you have out there, I doubt any of them are.
Right. So, like, if he goes to you, he don't know if you're using a good plastic or that cheap.
Well, see, that's the thing that's scary to me.
It's like
you didn't pick a 9. You didn't pick a 32 or P92, whatever it is the situation may be. You picked a gun that is already made out of plastic. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? Of all weapons, that's the one weapon you decide to make a program for 3D printer. One that's already plastic.
True.
And we got to remember, when it first came out, allegedly, it was wildfire. Everyone wanted one. It was new. Oh, man. I start getting the shootouts, shit start jamming up on you. You're like, fuck this shit. I ain't trying to die. You know what I mean? Got 4 bullets in the chamber and shit. You sitting there, that person's still shooting at you.
But throw it at the motherfucker.
Yeah. So what happened? They stopped selling.
Right.
So what happens when you have a company, maybe one of the vice presidents, lower guys, who said, you know what, maybe I can revamp this program again.
Right.
How can I try it? How can I create a market for it without me creating a market for it? Oh, shit, 3D printer. Try it the fuck out. Let us know how it works.
But, I think you're right, because these are specific designs, some of these shits. They got the fucking assault rifles. They got all them shits there that you just put together. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even know.
My thing is, like you said, you're attracting what the audience you're attracting. You know? And that's my thing is that, all right, let's say, for instance, let's take it to the level of drugs. You're not gonna buy cocaine from Ray Ray and Boom Boom down the street selling it because you can't trust the product itself. So that's my thing. It's like, it's a valid point. What True is saying is true. You look at the market you're attracting, but then again, look at the person who's making the fucking thing.
Right.
Like what? My thing is what computer knowledge do you actually have that you can actually fabricate this kind of weapon?
Windows 95, nigga. That's all you need, nigga. That's it.
And
Like
nigga, all you got is PC for dummies.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
These
saying?
techs are phenomenal, man. They got the guy who did this probably was 12. To be honest with you, the kid. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even knock
He
you.
probably 12 years old, and that's just like they get
Wouldn't
them
even knock
younger. These hackers, these programmers, these coders. And again, and just from like you went from the the drug analogy. First one's always free. You know what I mean? Like I said, if I could create a market for something without actually creating it,
Yeah,
you can't.
Now,
You
mind you-
can't trace this back to Smith and Wesson.
They got a gun that's, I think it was like one of the first bullet prototypes, and I didn't put the picture up. I put the picture up of this. It's just a regular, it looks like a kind of a blocky with a handle and a trigger. And they said that one was more, that's the one they had tested and proven to work. But it wasn't like a regular gun where, would hold a magazine or some shit like that. You had to put a bullet in this way, it was almost like a, what they call a 6-shooter, the pistol, something like that. But you had to load the bullet in one at a time or two at a time. You know what I mean? And you only had like 2 shots in that bitch. But it was guaranteed.
Hey, sometimes 2 shots is all you need.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
If you just robbing like a gas station or something, you know what I mean? You can sit.
I mean, it depends, man. I seen a dude unload a clip, and the motherfuckers was as close as me. It didn't hit shit.
It's probably because he was looking at it this way.
No, it wasn't that, because for those who've never fired a firearm, there's a kickback.
Sure.
And you have to be taught
How to...
the recoil and all the situations. You have to be taught where, how to breathe, the proper squeeze. Some people squeeze the trigger too hard,
Because
not too soft.
the problem with the recoil is that, you're taught... I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed to say this.
Go ahead.
All right. We were taught, when we're out there in the range, belly button, center mass, center mass, center mass. And the reason they teach you that is because if you hit center mass, you're hitting the face of the target. You're not really hitting center mass. Because the recoil is going to elevate your shot group a little higher, so the bullet is going to go a little higher. Keep in mind, the bullet, when you shoot the bullet out of the weapon, its highest point, it's almost halfway down there, and then it just slightly goes down a little bit to where you can still hit the target on top of the head.
Right.
So that's, there's a science that comes behind shooting a weapon that some of these people don't, in the hood, don't even realize.
Of course not. Right.
Yeah.
That's because you've been
That's
taught.
some scary ass
that's some
shit.
Yeah, you've been
No, I mean,
taught.
like I said, like for those who, again, it was tested. So I wonder how many programs they got. And the only reason they really shut this one down, obviously, is because the big juggernaut stood up
And said, where's our
and
kickback?
they were like, yo, this is some bullshit. All right, let us know if that shit works.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is some bullshit over here. You killing our pockets. What that figure was? Oh, yeah, keep running that shit.
Exactly.
We gonna work on that shit in the low.
And that's probably what's gonna happen. That's the sad part.
Because I guarantee you, if we could check the sale for this particular 3D printer, I guarantee you those sales went up.
Oh, I guarantee.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
For this particular 3D printer,
It
went up.
I guarantee.
and there's some kids in the hood who ain't never went to school that just know how to do shit.
Yep.
That probably printing shit up right the fuck now.
Knives, rocket launchers.
You think about it, yo. That's the fucking scary point.
'Cause
People are doing it at home.
Yeah, because depending on, like, back in the days, depending on where we were going,
Yeah.
we knew what firearm to carry
Yeah.
shit.
or what you had to carry. Now, if you're going through something with just a wand, I'm good. I'm carrying a little baby 32 in the crack of my ass with keys in my back pocket. Now, remember, when a nigga wand you, you take your keys out, he don't wand you again.
Right.
He like, all right, it was the keys. He keep going. My first stop is the bathroom. Now I got it properly where it need to be. I'm in there like I wish a motherfucker would.
Well, yeah, exactly. How do you get that in here? Don't ask, nigga. Don't ask.
I mean,
Don't ask.
or if it's the big one you walk through, that's when you need to cut out the Timberland. You get the little 25, 22. Does the job, people.
Can I get the extra thick too?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker out.
Because when he do pat you down, he ain't worried about your boots unless it was the tunnel. You couldn't sneak a file pin in the tunnel. But for other people who didn't really know what to search for or how to search for, we had a way. Again, depending on where we were going,
Yeah.
we knew what to carry. And this goes right in this situation. Depending on where you're going, what crowd you're gonna be in.
They just going.
You know
And
what
this ain't the biggest weapon in the world.
Nah.
This
You know
is
what?
probably like and especially it's plastic. This is like a 3, maybe 4 pounder tops.
Think about it. If you take out the fucking the nail they're using as the firing pin and the fucking spring, you good. You get what I'm saying? You walk right in there with that bitch.
So the reason I'm saying as far as weight, let's say if you have it in your pocket, you're not gonna be swinging.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A little 4 pound. Your pocket's not going crazy like you carrying something really serious in your pocket.
Nope. That's the shitty part, man. Look at.
This some scary ass shit right here, man.
Think about it, dude. Think about it. It's just something there, man. It just hit my mind. You know, it's like, okay, you know, people find a way to do something. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying this shit can get out of hand. I know they'll perfect the resin in like 10 days. You know, they'll find a brand new thing. We use Gorilla Glue, nigga. That's it. That shit don't never break. They'll do
You
something.
need somebody to test it out for you.
Oh, no, and they will.
Because
I guarantee.
you technically can't make this at your place of business.
Right.
Even at your employees' houses, because major companies like this, everyone's under contract. Everyone has no disclosure. Where if you do work at home, you're at the office.
Right.
That's how these major corporations work. So you need somebody to do it for you.
Right. Yeah, you're 1,000% right. And so, you know, it's just something that we're all going to watch and we're all going to pay attention to. But, you know, I would want to try to fire one. I just want to see what it feels like.
I do too.
Just to see what the shit like. Yo, that shit feel like a bottle, nigga, with nothing in it. Like, I don't even know. Like, that's got to be amazing. That's got to be amazing. Who knows, man? Shit, the military may have them next. That's it.
Shit.
They're the first ones with it.
I mean, they were the first ones that created the M4.
Yeah.
A lighter M16.
Right. Now, you talking about this shit is all plastic? That's it? We can save millions with this shit?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, if I want to try something out, I give it to the military. Just give it to them. Give them the first batch. Let them try it out.
Meanwhile,
They be
I'm
like,
out
yo,
there like a motherfucker. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this shit?
Like, yo, this
Come
shit
on.
really worked. All right, so what we did is, that was a free batch. We made some minor modifications.
Exactly.
It's going to be like 30 grand a piece now.
Exactly. Want these for the Black Ops? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. Oh man. All right, enough of that. But last but not least, let's get over into it. You see here a victim. This little kid got hit with the hot water challenge. I'm tired of motherfuckers.
Break down what's the hot water challenge for
Oh,
me.
my Lord.
I'm sorry. I'm out the loop.
Let me get. I really want to cover all the fucking challenges. I'm tired of every fucking challenge. Any challenge, your mama challenge, 2-car challenge. I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm tired of seeing it. Drake had that Kiki challenge. Yeah, that shit done failed all over for a lot of y'all motherfuckers.
I mean, the problem is people are watching shows like Impractical Jokers, fucking Jackass. Like, they're thinking that there's no possibility of dying or getting hurt. Like, people, stop listening to the fucking... Stop watching TV.
I don't think in this
is the whole
situation...
Instagram.
No, but I
fucking-
mean...
No, I mean, I understand what you're
Villain,
saying. I think these are people who were really trying, because when that song came out and they made that challenge, it exploded.
Oh, it
Yeah.
blew the song
Yeah.
up. It made it great.
Right.
You're right.
It exploded. So any and every single body, except for Lee Valens, a shout out to him. He was like, his video was like, nah. Shout out to my man. But it was just like,
Wait, we ain't
everybody was doing it. Everybody
Right.
was hopping out the car. How did they get the car to move while they were still doing?
They
Let
had
me
all
try it.
cultures doing that
Yeah.
shit, nigga. India,
Let me
fucking
try
Asia,
it.
every fuck
My
you.
thing is, how the fuck did they keep the car straight? Because, you know, if you get out of the car...
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Veer off and shit. You're like,
And
yo.
this is what I think a lot of people didn't understand. And you even had a 90-year-old woman do it. Grandma was doing the Kiki.
saw
with
that.
her. So I think what some people didn't see is like, okay, maybe it was they got out of the passenger seat. People think they got out of the driver's seat, and you're like, all right, let me try it. But you're not thinking about the consequences of it. Like, I'm old enough to remember back in the days the movie program, where they did a challenge in the movie
Right.
where they laid on the ground at the divider stand.
I remember that. And the cars went by.
The cars
or
went by,
shit
and
was
someone
going
really did that and died.
through. Yes.
And then they stopped all the movies, and then they took that clip out
Yes.
of all the movies and then put it back in because people were actually trying that
I
shit.
remember that. That was before social media, too.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, let me sit here right next to this 12,000-pound vehicle and see if I cannot get run the fuck over.
That Mack truck driver can see me, right?
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, no. He can't.
Nigga, you midnight black. Nigga, the ground is black. You ain't smiling. I couldn't see you.
Camouflage on, nigga. Fuck out of here. No.
And
I can't.
we need some safe challenges.
I can't. I just can't. Like I can't. It started a couple years ago. You know, it was a good cause with the MS, except nobody donated any fucking money. They just do
the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, the ice bucket challenge. They just do cold ass fucking water themselves, so they could get about 12,000 likes on Instagram. I mean,
look.
Then after that, what else was there? I mean, what?
It went out of control. Some shit is cute. Some of the shit is out of control. So let me go back. Let me just address it here. So the hot water challenge.
Yeah, you gotta break that
If
down.
you're sleeping, so this is what the kids are doing now. It happened last year. There was a young girl who in the city. Mm-hmm. She had a sleepover, and one of her cousins' friends or something like that. They were all playing. They did the hot water challenge. The girl fell asleep. I guess whoever falls asleep first, they pour boiling hot, like on the fucking stove with the heat, not just from the tap. So that shit is up there, 500 degrees, and they pour it on you.
It's some white shit. Let you know now.
As you can see, there's a picture of a white person up there now. He went through his neck. It burnt the layers of his skin. That's his skin growing back. So you see how it burnt off and ripped. Mm-hmm.
Right.
His skin coming back. His mother had him all wrapped up. The other picture was of a black boy who just recently did it.
He in a good area with white people. Go Pookie, Ray Ray, and them ain't doing this shit because they know somebody getting shot.
Excuse me. It was done to him. So this guy up here now is Kylan Clark.
Oh, he's definitely in the white hood. In the suburb hood.
The
Clark.
15. Clark. Excuse me, Clark. Yeah, that's close enough, nigga. You know.
No, I'm just saying he's as close to white with that name as he could make it. Yeah.
Kylan Clark.
Shout out to the family.
15 years old, Indianapolis native.
Right.
Him and his friend have been looking up the hot water challenge. His friend was spending a night. He calls this person a friend. I don't know what kind of friend would do this shit. He fell asleep first. The friend pours boiling hot water on him while he's sleeping. He jumps up, rips the shirt off of him. The water was so hot, it ripped the skin off his chest and his face. So all he's discolored, everything there, his whole face and arm. Because you know the water stays in your shirt, but it's burning hot. So it's just boiling his skin.
Yeah, it starts to stick.
I mean,
he was in the hospital for a week.
Ouch.
And his shit is just growing back again. He's in good spirits now. I don't know why that boy has not been arrested.
How is it? I don't see how you can be in good spirits. Nigga, you a albino the wrong fucking way. Nigga, like,
I mean, whatever happened to, like, you know, your friend falls asleep, you get a little shaving cream, you put his hand in water and watch him wet himself in the bed.
That's a great question. What the fuck happened to those days?
I mean,
I think people they're pushing the what do you call it? Pushing the envelope a little too hard to me.
Yeah.
It's like, what could we do that they didn't do? Because we always said generations always repeat themselves to certain situations or whatever.
Yes.
And I'm like, I wish a motherfucker would throw some boiling hot fucking water on me. You couldn't even put the fucking shaving cream shit on me. Like, I didn't play that shit, nigga.
Shit,
we got to fight.
You couldn't even do that to me. I still suffer from PTSD. So good luck.
Oh shit, mama no.
Like, niggas tried putting
there was a time period where my dad got hit with a baseball bat because he tried to wake me up.
Yeah, like,
like, God damn, like, all of a sudden,
insurgent, nigga. Like,
like, what the fuck, motherfucker? Like, what the fuck, motherfucker? I was just trying to cover you.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the sad thing. You really look at that. It definitely gets to this extent. Like, I remember back in the days with the first company, we did we were doing a morning show.
Yeah.
Right.
And you had these 13, 14-year-old girls reading that Slender Man thing, which shocked me the hell out of me that they're actually coming out with that fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that.
And I was like,
Yo, I thought that because I used to mess around with this pothead. Sorry, and I thought she was just making that up like as a conversation when you're getting high. And, you know, I'm walking home and I'm looking over, like, you know, because he's climbing on the wall. I'm like, yo, I may not be able to beat that motherfucker up, but I'm going to make him fucking work for my ass, motherfucker. I'm going to run.
And it just killed me because those young ladies actually tried to kill the young lady that they lured to sleep over, and they left her for dead, and thank God somebody ran to her and, you know, she lived. But you're talking about 12, 13, 14-year-old kids reading this mythological stuff online and really thinking, because when they did what they did to the young lady, they're really walking through the woods looking for the portal to go to sleep. So I'm saying, like, I think parents with these smartphones and all that stuff, the kids have so much access to all this stuff. I don't care, 15, whatever. Y'all really need to be monitoring certain stuff.
I mean,
I think so.
And, you know, shout out to Tatiana. A while ago, you know, a couple months ago, I was helping her with a research paper on smartphone usage or smart devices. And I was telling her, I said, look, the excessive use of smartphones has tied into a lot of the mishaps of the kids this generation. Because what did we all used to do when we were coming home from school? It was the summertime. We'd be outside playing outside. Hands down, riding bikes. Now, the problem is parents don't want to fucking parent their kids anymore. Shout out white people. And guess what they do? They're like, you know, they can't shut the kid up. And this is where, I think, honestly, autism is man-made. I think it was a man-made disease, attention deficit disorder. I think that was a man-made disease.
Okay.
You know, because we can never actually say, we always got to tie something, call it something. We can never actually say that it's just hyperactivity or anything. We have to explain it somehow in the medical field.
Okay.
Because we're never satisfied with a simple answer for something.
You're taking what did we call those little things? The little spurts things? The little things that look like pills?
Yeah.
You talking about
spurts or whatever? I would have a head, but he be dogging them shit. The little like candy things, little flat things, spreets or spurts.
Spreets.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of that stuff is placebos.
Yeah, and what I was actually saying was this. Like, here's the thing, all right? So you have this generation of generation of parents that never want to admit that their kids always, they always want to tie it to an excuse because they feel embarrassed of their children or something, or they can't control their children. Right. But all they gotta do is just send little Ray and little Susie out to the park and have them play for a fucking hour. I guarantee you, the kids that have ADHD will come home at 8 o'clock at night and they'll be too fucking tired to run around the house.
They're really ADHD. You just have some kids that are, like you said, really hyper.
Yeah.
You got some people who rather just really chill and relax. You got other people who want to get out there and do stuff.
Yeah.
But, $unfortunately, the pharmacy is a trillion dollar business. Yeah. You think there's not a cure for cancer? There's no fucking money in the cure, motherfuckers.
Exactly.
I'm saying there's no money in the cure.
There's money in the Band-Aid that gets you.
Yeah. Exactly.
You'd be amazed, when I used to work for the pharmacy company, when you're looking at these prescriptions, and you're familiar. Yes. You're looking at these prescriptions. When you tell a motherfucker, if you don't take this, you're going to die. How much is it? You'd be amazed at what people do to come up with those deductibles. 72,000, 52,000 deductibles.
Yeah.
So you tell someone, okay, you got the cancers or whatever it is, and you need this poison to kill the poison.
Exactly.
Okay, how come I ain't had no symptoms until you told me I had it? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I ain't had none of these symptoms, and that's why I think when they say we only use a certain percentage of our brains, that when people tell you to believe in a specific thing, you do.
Yeah.
Just like I heard people having a discussion about, the Bible for those religious people. And the person said, prove to me any of this stuff that's in here. Yeah. Other than a story. Yeah. Prove it to me. And just think about it. Religion is such popular, but the moment you say, listen, I saw Jesus, they locking your ass up.
True. You better believe it. They hit you in the head like this.
The moment you said, I seen him, 7:30. Get this nigga locked up.
I mean,
there's like a 72-hour.
Exactly.
And this is where
he read the Bible, said he saw him. They can't.
And this is where I'm going to bring my college side out. There was actually Sigmund Freud, who was I'm going to say a psychologist or something.
Right.
Yeah, he actually said it. He actually said it in one of his beliefs, and Karl Marx actually backed him on it and said religion was used as an opium, as a drug, to make a person happy about living a mediocre life, because he thought that once he died and went to heaven, he's going to be, the king of Samoa.
Right, and control too.
And control.
You're absolutely right. All the time, Glenn. All the time.
Just like them suicide bombers.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, when you
people
die,
tell you like
get it up.
Pussy's a beast, boy. You gonna have 400 virgins waiting for you, nigga. Click, click. Oh, I was supposed to press it now. 400 virgins. I'm breaking backs all night, baby. I need 3 vests. Give me 3 vests. I need 12,000 virgins when I get there.
Big hero party with vengeance.
Yeah. So you have people who believe in certain things, and you do have a lot of people who do, like you said, for attention, likes, and all these other stuffs.
Yeah.
Like you have a lot of Instagram, Snapchat. Every young lady's naked.
Right.
Pretty much naked. Just to get 10,000, 4,000 likes.
Attention, man.
And when you have clothes on, like I tell one girl before, take a picture of yourself in the kitchen cooking fucking dinner. And if you don't get as many likes as you did when you had your fucking thongs on your ass out, that's telling you something, young lady.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hands down, man. Hands down. But these stupid ass kids are gullible for this shit.
Hot water challenge.
There's a whole bunch of people who are drinking the hot water, burning their esophagus there. Yeah, I don't even know how far that got down.
So they stopped the tie-dye shit.
Thank God.
You know what I mean?
Thank God.
Yeah, I'm going to chew this poison.
But I want to relate this back to the motherfucking Kiki challenge. So they had the pictures up there before. These 2 fools got hit by. So the guy's dancing, and he parked right at an intersection. His girlfriend's fucking videotaping him from the passenger seat, so the door's open. Niggas all up in the swing, getting the fucking like, yeah! Boom! Car comes out, makes a left turn, hits that motherfucker. Same thing with the white girl in the corner. She get hit by a nice-ass Mercedes. She hopped out. She went to the other side of the fucking road. The intersection, did a whole little scoot dance. Wasn't even doing the moves yet. Bow! Mercedes hits her ass. And she gets thrown away. I don't fucking get it. Do you not see what the fuck is around your peripheral when you out there jamming and dancing?
My thing is, like, going back on my point, is how the fuck did you steer the car and make it stay still? That thing was going to swerve left or right.
Well, on the passenger side, like, you could film and steer the wheel at the same time.
Right.
So
So
that
somebody's
I kinda
there,
see.
or
but for
emergency
this
brake
young lady
bullet.
to cross a fucking intersection,
Yeah.
I mean, that just goes to the whole new
like,
level.
I'm doing this shit on a dead-end fucking street.
Thank you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you.
We're
And
having
that's
a block party without the fucking music and the barbecue. We sectioning shit. the fuck
yeah,
off.
exactly.
I'm a key all fucking
I need a
day
good
long
quarter
safe.
mile empty. Nigga.
Yeah.
I need extra room for stopping and
I'm
everything.
safe as hell, key. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the funny thing though, and there's so many fails out there. Like, they're just funny to watch on their own. There's I was just
I'm
explaining
watching
to the
that
guy,
shit, right?
Yo,
I'm
you
watching
gotta-
that Kiki
You
fail.
gotta do the Kiki fails. That shit'll fucking laugh your ass to sleep. You can't go to sleep. You will fucking piss on yourself and pass out. So, but let me just explain this last one. So just like you said, this dumbass is videotaping his girl. He's in the driver's seat. He turns the camera around. The girl gets out the car. She does it. And he's driving the car. He's got the car going at like 10, whatever, you know.
Right.
And she's going along, skipping. He's like, yeah, he gets so fucking excited. He jumps out and puts this camera on him. But the dumbass isn't walk around and
It's
only
like-
see the car get fucking smashed.
This is like an episode of Tom and Jerry or something like that.
I just think it's a situation where they broke up. This is if you want
it was like, it's over.
if you want to break up with someone,
It's
key
over.
and total the motherfucking car.
Yeah.
That's a good way for it to
It's
happen.
so many. Guys dancing, hitting the pole. There was one dude.
Oh, I
and
saw
it was
that
set
one.
up. Yeah, when he hit the
No,
fucking
I already
pole.
got it keyed up on my phone. That shit is ready. And sure enough, the cover on it is this motherfucker getting plowed.
Yo, that shit was fucking hilarious, dude. Now, I just say that some of these shits are real. A few of those filmings to be set up because there was one dude who threw himself over the river, but the other guy was in a car. He was like, all right, that was set up. But some of this shit is real. And be fucking mindful. You're out on public roads. You have a fucking 2-ton vehicle or more traveling by itself, sometimes if not supervised, if nobody else is in the back. yeah, something is gonna happen when you jump out the fucking car. If you trip or fall, that shit keeps going. And it may not go straight, just like Frank is saying. That shit gonna hit something and keep diving off. You may get in trouble, dumbass, just like drinking fucking hot water. Scalding hot water, let me swallow a cup of it. That's gonna happen to me, right? No, dummy. You're gonna fucking hurt
But
yourself.
this is what I'm saying. Like, what school do you go to where they don't teach you physics like that?
Yeah,
The fact that
thank you.
scolding. Like, okay, after a certain temperature, that motherfucker is dangerous. How many motherfuckers burnt their lip or their tongue sipping hot fucking tea or coffee?
Exactly. That's the shit that I don't get. And this is why I'm tired of all these challenges. Because nobody's paying attention to it. It's fun, it's cute when it goes off. You know, when it's executed properly, the shit looked awesome. When motherfuckers fail, everybody pays for that shit. You know what I mean? God forbid you hit somebody else.
And it's funny because there's much more failure than there's actual successful.
You better, but that's why I said, if you can't sleep, you will piss on yourself and go to bed. Just do Kiki. You won't even get through them all. Kiki challenge fails, you'll piss on yourself and be like, y'all woke up. Next one in. I got to get ready for work.
Now, has Drake mentioned or said anything about these challenges?
Nothing about the fails, but he allegedly paid that guy, Kiki, what the fuck ever that dude's name. He allegedly paid the dude $250 to pay it. The guy said he didn't get the money. Somebody said he got the money. I hope he got the money because he made the song poppin'. He expanded the song because it's that New Orleans bounce type shit.
So he's the one that started it.
Yeah, he did the challenge to this joint. Once the album dropped, he did the challenge to it.
$250, nigga. You broke as shit, nigga.
He said he didn't get it.
No, sorry. He rich as hell giving a nigga $250.
But I do believe he'll be in the video. So whenever the video drops.
I want no fucking video. I want my money.
I hope he got paid. But that's what I'm saying. I hope he got paid. You know, they write him on a book, say take this $250.
That helped that album sales blow through the roof.
They weren't even pushing that song. Right. That's the funny thing. They weren't even pushing the song. The dude did the challenge with the song, and his social media following was so strong, everybody started doing this shit, and his shit was hot. So that was it. You know,
everybody downloading the song, paying the $9.99 or 99 cents.
Yep. And they didn't have to fucking pay anything because the guy did it on his fucking own. Didn't have to pay anything. No radio budgets. Didn't do anything else. No other advertisements. Motherfuckers out here dancing and doing shit like that. All over the world.
Homie, there's a lawyer out there that can get you paid.
Yeah.
Dead serious.
Dead serious, man. Serious. But you gotta love it though. But I'm tired of seeing you motherfucking challenges. Please stop hurting yourselves, people. This shit is a joke. Nigga, I'm laughing, but I'm tired of seeing y'all motherfuckers get hurt. That shit is the fucking... It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
It's like the thing that gets to me is when they get hurt, they're on the floor, like they're shocked, like that actually happened.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them like, yes, it actually happened to you. You were the dumbass that walked out on a public street thinking you could pull this off.
Yo,
what was the name of that other one where the guy said, "This is where Billy knew he fucked up"?
Oh shit!
Them shits was fucking. He needed to do it for this.
Yeah, that was like them Dave Chappelle's. When shit go wrong.
This is when Billy knew he fucked up, and they kept on with the video. A man cracked his head or whatever the situation may be.
Yes. Yeah, but
be safe about it, people. There are ways to do it. I'm not telling you not to, be a part of what's going on now, not to be popular, but do it properly. Take your parking lot, your street, have a couple of friends block it off or whatever the situation may be.
Right.
Put the car, I don't care, let it roll, have somebody fucking steer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just do it properly.
That's all, man. It making sense. And don't do nothing stupid like drink hot water or fucking throw hot water on yourself. Man, you're fucked up for life now.
Nigga, I ain't want to do the ice bucket. That shit was cold as hell.
I was like,
I mean, I did it, but I was like, oh, shit.
Like, let me get scalding water.
I didn't even do it when they're like, can I just donate it and forget the whole thing?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Like, yeah. Like, who knows, man? Who knows? But on that note, we're gonna get the fuck up out of here. This is late. Frank, thank you for being here, sir.
Always.
People watching, thank you, Frank's family. We seen you there. We seen you up in there.
Buenas noches, Pamelita.
There you go. Truth, thank you for
the
being
only
here.
Spanish you know. Good. It was not just a joke.
Thank you for being here, Truth.
Always, man.
You know what it is. Truth Vibe TV, Jeff Shears Show, man. We get up with y'all next week.
Make it bounce, love the way she break it down. Smoking loud, blow a cloud, Henny in me going down. Money in my pocket, great this weekend.